One. What's up? How you doing? What up, people?
How y'all doing?
Welcome to another edition of Real Talk with Gene.
Jessica?
How was y'all Sunday, Monday? Sunday.
How was your Sunday? I know ours.
You on time today, Amy. How you doing, girl?
She is. What's up, babe?
How you doing, my phone?
Baby's on time. She really is. Oh my God.
She is on time.
Give it up for Amy. Amy's on time today. How you doing, Amy? Oh my God. What's going on? How you doing? Hey, hello. How was church today?
Did you make it?
Yeah, she probably
Did you hold his hand? Did you hold on to God's unchanging hand? That's my question. Let me start on the phone quick.
Okay. Well, like we said, welcome to another rendition of Real Talk with Gene and Jessica. And today we have a wonderful topic we're going to talk about. And this is a topic, we're going to do a comparison contrast. We're going to talk about love and relationships from a spiritual standpoint and a worldly standpoint. Okay, what's up, Evie? My cousin. What's up, cuz? How you doing? And we're talking about love in a relationship, the different types of love. We're talking about.
I never thought squirrels were so smart.
Like, really, I didn't. But, I ain't no squirrels are smart either. But the thing about it, we're going to talk about love in a relationship. What's your definition of love? That's the question. We want to hear from you guys too. So we're going to start with what's your definition of love? What does love? Charlene, what's going on? Cause how you doing, baby? All right. What does love mean to you, baby? I'm gonna ask you that question, and we're gonna go into what the Bible talks about love. Let me get the Bible first.
Get the good book.
I'm gonna get the good.
Girl, get the good book. Get that book. People said we ran away from the good book.
Yeah.
But we gonna show them tonight.
Yeah.
We didn't run away from the good book.
Okay.
You didn't go to church this morning, Amy. Why?
Are you okay? Was everything okay? She said, I don't go to church this morning. She didn't go? Okay, well, okay. Whatever the reason why you didn't go, that's between you and God. But we just hope that you feeling better. We just hope that you're doing good.
Correct.
We hope that everything is all right with you.
Correct.
We hope that nothing is wrong. It's something that we got to talk about. We can talk later. But we're going to talk about love. We're going to talk about godly standpoint. Okay, so now I'm going to ask Gene.
Yes, ma'am.
What's your definition of love?
If I have to give one word or two,
As many words as you want.
I'm going to try to do it in one word or two. It may not be correct. You may be teaching me something tonight.
Okay.
I'm going to say sacrifice and compromise. When you're with your significant other or someone you're trying to build with on on that level, there's going to have to be a lot of sacrifice and a lot of compromise, denying oneself. It's not a selfish thing. You can't expect to do everything you can expect to try to handle all things by yourself.
You said everything.
We will be calling you.
We'll talk to you.
We'll talk to you at the
Well,
set.
just stay on the podcast.
Stick around.
Stick around, okay? Stay on the podcast. It's okay. It's okay. We got you. Okay.
So, for me, that's everything. You know, sacrificing and compromising, because this is not Burger King. I can't have it all my way, and you can't have it all your way. We have to compromise and sacrifice. So.
We have to. And he's giving his definition of love. Now I'll give my definition of love. And then we're going to go to the Bible, what the Bible says about love. No, we're not being super spiritual, but at the same time, God is love. So, you know, we have to, we can't leave God out of nothing. So, what's that? Joseph, what's going on? How you doing? Nah. All right. Now, my definition of love was similar to his, because me being the person that I'm full of love. I have a lot of love in me. But most times we confuse love with many different things. Lust, infatuation, chemistry. Well, chemistry is good to a certain extent.
To a certain degree. Yeah.
To a certain degree. But if you cannot connect spiritually, it's, you know.
It's pretty much not even going to work.
No.
Like the Bible says, God is love. That means it should start spiritually anyway. We're carnal. We're human. We are full of sin. We don't do things spiritually first. We do things naturally first. So that's how come a lot of relationships fail. Even after a long period of time, they still fail because it was never spiritually induced. You know, it was physically.
It's almost a physical attraction. He looked good to you, or she was fine, and she had a big butt, big hips, or he had muscles, or something about, or the way he talked, or how his eyes looked. You know, things like that. You know, we base it off of stuff like that. But I'm going to go to the Bible. Oh yeah, I'm going to the Bible. And that's 1 Corinthians chapter 13. And I'm going to read its entirety. I can read pretty fast, and I read pretty fluently. So, 1 Corinthians chapter 13 says this. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, and have not charity, charity means love. Okay? Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, I have not charity. I am become a sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith, so that I could remove mountains, and have not charity, I am nothing. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, and have not charity, it profits me nothing. Charity is selfless long, and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth it not itself, is not puffed up, does not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil, rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth, beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things. Charity never fails, but whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect is come, perfect which is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. For now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know, even as also I am. And now abideth faith, hope, and charity. These three. But the greatest of these is what? Charity. The greatest of these. Hi, Mr. Fairly Long. How you doing, Mr. Long? It's good. It's good. Welcome to Real Talk with Gene and Jessica. We're talking about love. We're talking about the natural sense of love. We're talking about the spiritual sense. So now I read. Hey, Sharice, how you doing? And I read 1 Corinthians chapter 3, and this right here tops it out. He says, first of all, in order to have love. Now let's go to this natural about relationship. In order for a man to truly love a woman, what did he say? He says, verse 11. What did verse 11 say? Read verse 11 out loud, and we're gonna do like the preacher. If y'all miss church this morning, you're gonna get it again. Okay, so you ready? Here go, I'm gonna do like the preacher do. Every time somebody read, I'm stop. Okay, go ahead.
When I was a child.
Hold on a minute. Look what it's saying. He said when I was a child. He meant when I had little knowledge. It don't necessarily mean when I was a little child. See, you gotta read the Bible, not just for face value, but you gotta look deep into the Word of God, what it talks about. And a lot of times, because we're grown-ups with childlike minds. In other words, we have not matured. Some of us walk around here 40, 50, 60 years old and still haven't matured yet. Still thinking like a young buck. Still thinking, you 6 years old, still trying to move like you're 21. You know you can't do that.
Can't do it.
You know you can't do it. He said when I was a child. Well, you can take that literal if you want to. But it's a certain part in there when you have to really break it down and decipher what he's saying. He said when I was a child, when I was immature, when I didn't know when I had little knowledge of what I knew.
You know, I spake as a child.
I spake as a child. So the words that came out of my mouth were childish. Okay, think about the first time when you young and you got your first girlfriend or whatever. You say little things. You don't. We're talking about love now. We're talking about love, and we're talking about love and relationships. Your first little puppy love. You don't know what you're doing. You're just young. You're in love. You don't know what you're doing. You're like, oh, I like you too. You're my girlfriend. Okay, yeah. But now let's talk about being grown and in a relationship. Why some relationships? Because communication. I spake as a child. Okay? Because a lot of adults speaking as children still. They're not communicating on a mature level at all. See, this thing can go either way. It can go natural, it can go spiritual, but I'm giving to you both. So please follow what I'm saying. Don't get lost.
Hey, son.
Hey, please follow what I'm saying. I'm speaking in the natural and the spiritual at the same time, but I'm making it so where you can understand. So, he said when I was a child, I spake as a child.
I thought as a child.
Oh, your thoughts. Those thoughts. Sometimes we have intrusive thoughts. Intrusive thoughts. Grown up in a relationship. If you're not in a healthy relationship, your thoughts are not pure. Your thoughts are not going to be right. So whatever you're thinking, the Bible said, whatsoever a man thinketh, so is he. And life is definitely the power of the tongue. So he said, I spake as a child. I thought as a child. And what else he say?
He said, I thought as a child, but when I became a man.
When I became a man. Now, this is not necessarily saying. Now, this was Paul talking. Paul was talking. See, this was Paul because he was the writer of Corinthians. And he went to Corinth, and he talked to the Corinthians. So he wrote, a letter to the Corinthians. And then he said, when I became a man, when I became grown, growing is knowing that growing is experience. Experience will cause you to grow. Now, whatever you do with your experiences, that's up to you. He said, when I became a man,
I put away childish things.
I put away childish things. So, that was in the same content we talking about love. We talking about faith, hope, and charity. And he said, I can do all these things. I can give you $100 if you need. I don't have to love you to give you the money. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to have like that. If you like, you know me. You're like, hey, that's $400. You know what I'm saying? Well, but for the intent that I know you're gonna pay me back. Some people have done that. Let other people borrow money off them and add interest on it. I know people have done that. So my thing is, you can give it to charity. I'm in the church, and I'm a part of the missionary board. So therefore, no, I'm just using an example. I'm not a part of the missionary board. I'm a part of the missionary board, and we go pray for the sick, and we go do this, and we have these different, functions and whatever. But I'm raising all kind of hell and stuff like this on the outside. You know what I'm saying? I'm nothing like you see. So he said, when I became a man, I put away childish things, right?
That's what he said.
And what else? That's it?
No, that's not it. He said, I put away childishness, for now we see through a glass darkly.
Now we see through a glass. See, a lot of times, we talked about this a couple of episodes ago, talking about accountability. A lot of times, we don't want to be accountable for what we've done. Now, with growth and experience and becoming mature, it comes a time where, you know what, I remember when I did something, and it's not saying that we go back into the past, but when you mature and you've been a male, and you know how you were with females growing up, and now your level of maturity, you think about those things. You say, I wasn't a bad person, but I could have done better at something. That's taking accountability. And in a relationship, I can see where I could have done better in a lot of things. I'm not saying that I was the victim the whole time, because it takes two to tango. And the thing about it is, I had to take accountability for my part, for what I did, for what I didn't do. And I learned from that. And he said, we look through a glass darkly, we can't see.
But then face to face, now I know in part.
Face to face. You know what that face to face means?
Mm-hmm.
When you bite the bullet. Face to face. Sometimes, what I tell you the other day, sometimes you got to bite the bullet and then you shoot from. The same gun that you use to shoot at somebody else, you got to bite your own bullet. Take accountability for what you did. Take accountability for what you allowed to happen. Take accountability for what you said. Take accountability for what you didn't say. Take accountability for how you treated that person, how you acted. Go ahead, baby.
But then shall I know, even as also I am known. Mm-hmm. And now abideth faith, hope, charity, these three. Mm-hmm. But the greatest of these is charity.
Is love. Now the thing about faith, Hebrews 11:1 says, but now faith is the substance of things hoped for and evidence of things not seen. God is moved by your faith. And they say faith, hope for. Like, I hope this happens. I hope that happens. We can have hope, we can have faith. But the greatest of those is love. The greatest of those is love. How many times I hear about somebody, a celebrity, donating charity? They just give them money. That's all. Mm-hmm. Some of them doing it just to be seen. Because they want to be recognized, of course. Who won't want nobody to see them sometimes? You want people to see you sometimes, especially if you're doing something big. But to the point of where you're arrogant to show, you're not doing it from the heart. Mm-hmm. Of course you want to see me when I do something good. But I'm not looking for you to do something. I'm not looking for you to see me like, oh, wow. She donated $100,000 to the Cancer Foundation, or the Kidney Foundation, or the Stroke Foundation, or the Diabetes Foundation, whatever foundation it is. Now we're talking about in the natural sense. Hey, Gwendolyn Graham, how you doing? Now let's take charity in a relationship. We was talking about loving unconditionally and loving intentionally. It's two different. It's a difference. When I love you unconditionally, I love your flaws. Whether you're doing bad, I love you. Whether you're doing good, I love you. Whether you hit me inside the head, I still love you. Unconditional. Regardless of what you've done to me, I'm going to love you anyway. This is just a prime example. But if I love you intentionally, my intentions, like you said, your intentions, you love me first. But you love me intentionally that I may reciprocate that back to you. Because it's no fun being in love by yourself. It's not fun being in love by yourself. So, what he has given to me has been intentional. Everything that you have given to me has been intended. You intentionally did what you did. You had no ulterior motive behind what you did, but you intentionally did what you did, hoping, without hope, and hoping that I would, in return, give back to you. And it did, and I did, and I did. I did. You know,
she did.
I did. And the love is mutual between the both of us. So what you see on this podcast is not just for the podcast. It's not just for the people. It's not just for social media. It's not just for Facebook. This is real. The way that we are on camera, we're off camera the same way. We are the same way. We have our differences. Of course we do. Like any relationship, do we sometimes get upset? Yeah, we do. Yeah, I ain't gonna see it, but we do. That's why we can come back and talk to you guys, because we work it out. We talk, we communicate. We exhaust every option. We exhaust everything. We compromise. We sacrifice. We listen. We're very attentive to one another's needs. If I'm missing something, he tells me what it is that he needs. And I tell him what it is that I need. And where the love comes in, it's the time that we spend together. It's the assurance, the time that we spend together, because I wasted plenty of time, and I can honestly say that. I wasted plenty of time on people that didn't have time for me. Really.
And none at all. That'd be the same thing about it, because you invest. People don't know.
It's a mind's David.
You know, they don't know about investing.
Yeah.
And it may not even mean much to a lot of people. But when you thinking, or you're not sure that you involved with the individual 3, 4, 5 years just for them to just pack up and walk away, or walk over you, you know, that's time invested. You know, because you make small, big, and subtle changes to make it work. And then the other party just don't feel like they're supposed to put in that same effort because they're tired.
Right.
You know, and just like when we went out to eat, you know, why waste my time? Why waste your time? You know, somebody wants to give you everything that you're looking for. You know, so why hold a person's life up, wasting their time over nonsense? You know, you have to reciprocate, and if you're not willing to reciprocate, simply say you don't want it. You're not in it. You know, you don't want to be in it.
Right.
You know.
And the thing about it is, the part that we was talking about, when you are with a person and you're getting to know a person relationship-wise, you're getting to know a person, you have not been physical with this person, you haven't touched them, you haven't done anything. I think it's less, you'll have less feeling, it'll hurt less if that person decided that they did not want to talk to you, that they felt like, well, you know, you're a nice person, and I believe you've been good to somebody. I'm just not ready.
Was that my story?
Yeah, that was your story. That was your story.
But see, thankfully, in that situation, what I was looking for didn't come about. They knew a lot. I can't say nothing negative about that individual, but she didn't start here. This is where she did not start. And for me, moving on in my life, at this stage of my life, we got to start here. If we can't start here, we can't take the first step. And that's what I truly enjoy about this lady beside me. Because it wasn't about her physical appearance. It wasn't about mine. It was strictly starting here from the gate. So that's what allowed me to drop my guards. Allowed her to drop her guards. Because we chose to start here. Nothing's going to work without God. Not nothing. And if you think I'm lying, take a moment when you're moving at your smoothest and you hit a hiccup and you don't know what to do. And it seems like the only option you have left is trust me, because in everything that I failed at, I realized he was nowhere around. Not that he wasn't there, but my spiritual door wasn't welcoming. You know, you got to welcome God in your life because he gives you a choice. The choice is yours. You got to have your spiritual room, your spiritual sanctuary with a welcome mat for God.
And the thing about it, baby, is this too. We're so consumed with so much of what's going on in the world and what we want what we need, what we desire. And the thing about, we pray to God for these things. We say, Lord, and we specific. We
specific, yeah.
We specific with God, and we going to God, crying out to God for these things that we want. But the thing about it, whenever we get those things, it seems like we forget about God. And God was the one that paved the way. But now let me say this, now let me clarify this. A lot of things that we pray for, don't think that the devil didn't hear you.
That's right.
That God knows. I got to start behind that.
Right. What's going on, Terry?
Hey, bro. Cousin, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? I take cousin. And then the thing about it, we can pray to God for one specific thing. And we pray ourselves, Lord, and I'm believing you for this. I'll pray God 10 plus years ago. A couple marriages back. I'm saying like that. A couple marriages back. I pray to God for the time. I specific about what kind of man that I want, how I want him to be. I want him to be fashioned after your own heart, God. I want him to be like you. I want him to be honest. I want him to be humble. I want him to be kind. I want him to be respectful. I want him to love me. I want him to honor me as a queen. And I put that down as a queen that I am. And that's what I say. So it's like the devil said, okay, I'm going to see if I can match that. I'm going to see if I can do better. Hey, Veronica.
Hey, Ronnie.
Hey, that's my baby, my oldest child. And look, and Veronica can tell you, I've had some bad apples. But the thing about it, the counterfeits always come before the real thing comes. And I'm not saying that those counterfeits that I didn't enjoy, those counterfeits, and the way I did, I stayed with them. I mean, God, you had to like something with them. But it wasn't feeding my spirit. It was doing more. I was exhausted. Because it seemed like I was giving and giving, and they was taking and taking. But at one point in time, I can't put my pride aside and say that I didn't want to be right all the time, but I didn't want to be wrong. I didn't want to feel like I was right all the time, but I didn't want to be wrong. I didn't want to be wrong. And a lot of times, we always want to be heard, but we don't want to listen. And one thing about love, it said love is not, open that Bible up. He said, what's the first thing it said, love is not? That was 1 Corinthians chapter 13.
It's not puffed up.
Love is not puffed up. When you puffed up, it's like you arrogant. It's like, yeah, I did this for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was hungry, you asked me for something. I bought Gene something to eat. I'm out here telling everybody, yeah, I bought him something to eat yesterday. He ain't had nothing to eat, that man was hungry. And I bought him something to eat. I'm telling everybody what I did for him. This is my man. But I'm telling everybody what I did for him. And like, let's say I bought him a shirt. Like, he bought his own shirt. But like I said, I bought him a shirt and the shirt looked nice. Somebody said, oh, Jane, that's a nice shirt you got on. And I'm with him, I'm saying, yeah, I bought it from him. Okay, that's nobody's business what I did for him. That's nobody's business. Whether I bought this shirt or not, it's nobody's business. I didn't buy it to let you know that's real. But it's nobody's business what you do for somebody else. Because if you do something for somebody else and it comes from the heart, let it be there. And you know what people kills me at? You know what really irks my nerves? Is whenever somebody has been a blessing to somebody, and then you know that this person had the name like cuz. What's up, cuz? You know that this person had a hard life, and then all of a sudden you see them come up and stuff like that. You want to know where to get this stuff from. You want to know, oh, how all of a sudden you got this. Oh, you look nice. I wonder where you got it from. It ain't none of your business where the person got it from. Just know that they were blessed. Know that God touched somebody's heart to bless that person. So whoever God blessed, one thing about God, if God wanted you to be a blessing to that person, he would have spoke to your heart. But and that's the thing about it, being a blessing is not everybody's business. Blessings, God is in the blessing business. Let's get this straight.
Let's get that straight.
God is in the blessing business. He's in the blessing business. And he blesses anybody who, he has no respect to person. But one thing God is not going to do, he's not going to tell you that he blessed me with this. He's not going to tell you that because God is not that kind of God. And, well, you what's up? He said, if I choose to tell you how I got my blessing, that's on me. But how about just be happy for me? How about just be happy for him? Be happy for us. And if you can't be happy for us, you know, what I say, just hush, just sit back and watch out the rest of it. Because we're going to continuously be blessed. And you'll be blessed. And then it said love. Oh, yeah. 13. It said check. It said love, it suffers long. Now, when it means long suffering, that's one of the fruits of the Spirit. Long suffering is one of the fruits of the Spirit. And that's why a lot of relationships, like older individuals, like in their 70s, 80s, how they stayed married 40-something, 50 years, because they stayed with each other, because it was something that kept them together. What's the one common denominator that kept them together? Because what worked for us
worked for us.
What worked for them worked for them. So what was the common denominator in their relationship? For one, we can't say choice because it could have been, a lot of the men could have been cheating. But the women loved them. They stayed. We can't say honestly, because they lied when they cheated. But they covered it up. But the woman, they loved them. Or vice versa. What's the one thing they kept? The one thing they had an understanding. They had an understanding. They wanted to be together. But how did they want to be? Now that was back in the days, but now, if you cheat on me one time, my bad eye ain't gonna be right. But the thing about it, what we did in the beginning of our relationship, we asked each other, what do you want? What do you want? We're going to cut this out right now. Cut the middleman out, cut the red tape out. You know, stop wasting each other. What do you want?
Yeah. Yeah.
Before anything, what do you want? We asked each other that. I said, what do you want with me? And he was honest with me. He said, I want your heart. I want you. Then he broke it down when he said he wanted me. He dissected that thing down like a frog. You hear me? When he said he wanted me, he let me know everything about me that he wanted. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And they ain't talking about my face. Hello. Okay. Anyway. And it say, envy is mine. Now, when you envy somebody, what?
They're jealous for the most part.
Jealous. I'm gonna be jealous of him and he a man. I'm a woman. I can never be equal to a man. And I'm gonna say it like that. Some people say, we can be equal to men. Let me clarify this. You can work just as hard as a man, but you're still gonna be a woman. You can be just as tough as a man, but you will never be a man. You will always be a woman. I'm gonna say it like that. One thing about God created the man for himself first. So he can impart everything that he is into the man. And the woman was created for the man. That's Bible. That's not me. That's not Gene. That's real talk. That's the holy word. That's the Bible. So don't argue with me. You know, don't argue with me about it.
Right.
Please don't argue with me about it. Because the word of God says that he created man for him. God said, let us make man in our image and our likeness. Let me create this man fashioned like me. You know what I'm saying? Let me put me in him. And when you see God in a man, and when the man see the woman, it's like God is seeing her. It's like God. I'm not saying he's God, and no, he's not God. But God created this man. This is a God man. So therefore, he came to me. I'm a God woman because I prayed to God for a godly man. Now, is a godly man perfect? No, not by a long shot. He's still a man and perfect. We're human beings. We don't make mistakes. Now, mistakes are those things that you didn't mean to do and you was not intentionally trying to do. Now, if you do it again and over and over, it's not a mistake, it's a pattern. So like cheating. Cheating is not a mistake. You don't mistakenly cheat.
Right.
No, it's over time. Whether you cheating physically or whether you cheating emotionally, whether you cheating mentally, whatever. It's premeditated. You thought about it before you actually did it.
Yeah.
So the thing about it is, and it said it was not. It was not. I'm not jealous of him. Look, let me tell you something. He can play basketball. I can never play sports. You can ask my cousin Johnny Patterson. You ain't never know me to play sports, even though our family sports oriented. I got the musical side. Why am I jealous of you? Because why would I be jealous of you? And I'm supposed to be in love with you. And I'm supposed to love you. In relationship, we're talking about this love and relationship. So it says that 7197 is not puffed up, does not behave itself unseemly, does not. Yeah, I ain't gonna be out here in these streets making Gene look like a fool, embarrassing my man. I'm not gonna get out here and make him look bad. I'm not gonna behave unseemly. I'm not gonna embarrass him in public. If it's something that we had a disagreement on, we handle it between me and him. Y'all would never know that me and him had a disagreement. We would never ever put our dislike on display for nobody. Why? Because we're in this thing together. It's me and you.
Reflection of me. No, reflection of me.
Right. And God is
in the center.
Is in the center. Y'all would never know that. Because it's none of y'all business. Just like what y'all got going on ain't none of our business. And that's plain and simple. So, and it says, rejoice is not in iniquity and sin. We're doing anything wrong, we ain't gonna rejoice. If somebody said something, if somebody had an attitude with you, or somebody was trying to start with you, you know, like I said, I love you, I got your back, baby. I will defend you, but if you wrong, I am gonna let you know you're wrong. How you doing, Jacqueline Purcell? If you wrong, just like if I'm wrong, you let me know if I'm wrong. Baby, I love you, but you're wrong. Baby, I love you and I care about you and I got your back, but this time, you're wrong. You're wrong for what you said to that person. I think you might need to go back and get that thing straight.
Mm-hmm.
If you're mature like you say you are, you won't get that straight.
And you can do that.
You can do that. If you're mature enough, you can do that. Cause how you gonna sit here and tell me I'm your word? You love me, you care about me, you this, you do this, you definitely, you all this other stuff. But yeah, still you treating that person like a bunch. I don't care if they said something to you that made you upset. How you respond to them, that's what I'm looking at.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna get out here and make me look bad. And I'm not gonna get out here and make you look. You never heard nobody come back and say, man, your girl, whoo, how they talk down, how they talk longer, man, your girl, she's something else. Ooh, I seen her there. You ain't ever gotta hear nobody come back and tell them they see me no more. If you see me, you see us together. And if you don't see us together, I'm at work. Trust me. And even at work, I don't act crazy.
You know, and primarily, you know, like, my thing is, since we're reflecting, you know, nobody can tell me nothing about her because I already know. That's my partner. That's my chosen and God-given partner. So, whatever you have to say to her or to me about her, I don't want to hear it. I really don't, because I already know her. I know the respect she has for me. I know the respect she has for herself. And in this growth that we're sharing together, and this life lesson that I'm learning about this new individual, and vice versa. Who can tell her about me better than me?
That's right.
So we call that outside agitation. That's what we call it. I put this work in myself to obtain her. I put that work in myself to obtain her. She put the work in to obtain me. There was no third party saying, you know what, Gene, this is Jessica, you might need to need her, or vice versa. There wasn't a third party. We met each other, we prayed about it, we discussed it, and we made a mutual agreement. So from that day to this one, nobody has anything to tell me about her, because we will both instantly know, you talking about somebody else. That was that past. That don't exist here. It don't exist here. So I don't have, my ears are totally turned off to anybody saying, man, your girl, hold up. I don't want to hear that. Because if she don't tell me, it wasn't meant for me to know. And she tell me everything. So that's part of that reflection we're talking about. She's not going to go out there and embarrass me. I'm not going to go out there and embarrass her. You know, but you have outside agitation that just don't want to see people happy, and they're not trying to live through the will of God that will come into your dynamic and just destroy it with the smallest of things. But what we're doing is we're building our relationship with the influence of God's instruction. We are using God's instruction to guide us in this relationship.
Say, what's going on, cuz?
So when things are being said in this manner, or we hear certain things, we immediately sit down, dissect and hash through all the loopholes. What needs to be sown, we sow. What needs to be thrown away, we throw away, because our past will not define our future.
Yeah, we good, cuz. You good? Oh, we good.
What's
We
up,
always
Stan?
good. You good? Yeah, we were talking about you earlier today. We hope everything is good with you and Monica. Yeah, we gotta come by and see her. We gotta come by and see her. Love you, Sam. That's so much love.
That's my little cousin. He ain't so little though, taller than me. Taller than me.
And like what he just said, we protect each other. We really do. protect each other. We protect each other's feelings. I know I protect him. He always saying, nobody, you don't think for me. I'm always determined not to think for him. Don't feel for me. I said, yeah, but that's my baby. But the thing about it is, there's been one time, we love you. There was one time when somebody tried, it was early on in our relationship, you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Somebody tried to say something that was not true. It was not evident. I said, I know I've been low, I've been depressed, but I ain't never been that depressed. Come on.
I know that.
Yeah. So, and they tried to say a lie. It was nothing but a lie. And why did I got kind of heated. Because the thing about it, they were like, hey, man, yeah. Here they go, yeah, Tweet. Oh, well, yeah, Tweet, yeah, man, what's up, man? Yeah, I see you, buddy. And they tried to put them up to the side and gonna tell them a lie. Ayana, how you doing? So my thing was,
Is that Ariana?
huh?
Is that Ariana? That's one of the friends. Okay.
Yeah. And then that's a night.
No.
And then cause he was trying to act like he was happy, but then he pulled him to the side, and you know, and I'm like, hold on, that's why I got upset, because two-faced, and I was getting ready to say something to him, but he said, baby, don't say nothing. I was getting ready to let him have it, and I mean let him have it, but he said don't say nothing. So what I did, out of respect for my man.
Hey, Mary.
Hi, how you doing?
More work.
Yeah, I got you. And out of respect for my man, I didn't say nothing. That's light work to me anyway. That was light
That
work.
was real light.
That was light work.
That's why I said don't waste your time.
So, but from that day to this day, do I respect that person? No. Do I speak to that person? No. They always say hey to me, I don't say nothing to them. Why? Because once a snake, always a snake. And how you doing, Miss Cameo? Fred alone, Cameo alone, then Mary. How you doing, Miss Cameo? It's good to see you on our podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to see you. She's a pastor.
Is that her real name, Cameo?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a heck of a name. Cameo.
Mm-hmm. That's and Denise Johnson. That they best friends.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So how y'all doing? How y'all doing? It's good to see y'all. Yeah, and we're talking about love. And then it also says that, but rejoices in the truth. And one thing we do with each other, regardless of how hard it may be, we always aim to tell the truth.
Man, it be hard. Because you're human. No other reason. It ain't that we want to lie to each other. You know, sometimes those truths are hard. You know, you can't get to the core of an individual sugarcoat. And see, that's not my thing. I don't look, babe, look. Your leg is too darn heavy. Stop putting your leg on me. If that's the case, I don't know any other way to say it. You know?
I don't stop putting my leg on. I just change my position.
But your leg is not heavy. No, but I'm saying if that was an issue, you know, if that was an issue,
yeah. Go ahead, baby.
You know, if that was an issue, that's the way I would have to tell you, baby. You know, your leg's a little heavy now. You know, I can't turn it. You know, but you don't sugarcoat it. But the way you project is everything too.
It is.
You know, the way you project everything too. Because I could look, your damn leg's heavy. Stop.
Right.
You know,
and that would have made me
feel some kind of way. So,
what you mean by that? Why you chucking at me up? And then that would have led me to something else. But also, one thing about the hard truth, it causes you to do one thing: grow. Not only grow, but look at yourself.
True.
A lot of times we don't want to look at ourselves.
Yeah.
We look at ourselves in the mirror, you know, put some makeup and get ourselves, but we don't really want to look at ourselves because a lot of times the problem could be you.
That's right. That's right.
You said doing great. Good to see you. Good to see you too. And a lot of times we don't want to admit that we're the problem. And it's not so much a problem in a relationship, but we're a problem to ourselves. And if you're a problem to yourself, then of course it's gonna be a problem in your relationship because you're stopping yourself. You're blocking yourself. You are not allowing yourself to go on in a relationship with somebody that wants to grow with you. You're holding on to those things that don't even pertain to you anymore.
Right.
I remember we were talking about
that.
But we were talking about them soul ties.
That's right.
You gotta let them go. So whatever the names or whoever the people, places, and then you let them soul ties go.
Call them by name.
Call them by name.
Please.
Even if you don't know their middle name, you know their first name. If God knows their name, but you call them out and you call those soul ties out, because you gotta let that stuff go because that's attached to you, not them. That's attached to you. No, notice I'm pointing at me. Those soul ties were attached to me.
Mm-hmm.
Or if he has soul ties, they're attached to him. They're not attached to me.
That's right.
But they could affect me though. They're not attached to me, but they could affect me.
Mm-hmm.
So here where the love comes in. The love, you really love that person, and you really want to be with that person, and you want to grow with that person, and you want to spend the rest of your life with that person, you would eliminate any and everything that will cause detriment to your relationship.
Everything.
Whether that's a person, place, or a thing. Anybody can get it. That's what I'm saying.
I'll give you a small prime example about letting go.
Yeah.
I'm not a phone person. I'm not a phone person.
You play games.
You know, yeah.
You do.
I rarely get a call from anybody. But Facebook in particular, I've met a lot of people from DJing. I know a lot of people from my Knicks basketball group. I have family there. I have followers there that I never spoke a word to. I get inboxes. We have each other's passwords to our phone.
And do. You do.
It's not about control. It's not about trust. Because she'll tell you, I never pick her phone up. Ever. Well, from time to time, she may pick mine up. But I don't have an issue with that, nor do I think she has any, insecurities about checking my phone, because when you know you're not doing anything, you know, baby, check that phone anytime you get ready. Check the phone. I don't care. She never questioned me about the phone. If she see a name that's not familiar, she might say, "Who's that?" I say, "Well, okay, yeah, this is so and so and so and so." And I don't sugarcoat. I give her straight. Well, you know, that I used to date her when we was 15, 16, or, you know, just somebody that I grew up with in New York, or whatever it may be.
And you remember that question I asked you? I said, okay, you dated her when you were 15, 16, y'all was younger then. I said, now, think about it. You got a woman. That was your ex. Do you not see where I'm going with this? Do you not see how it could be?
Right. We had a whole in-depth conversation about it.
Because that was some years ago.
Right.
And they might say that I'm happy for you, but that was somebody that you were with. I have to be mindful of this. Well, we cool, we different. No. Let me tell you something. I'm okay with my exes. We're not on bad terms, but I am. No.
Right.
No. I'm sorry. A lot of people do that, and they're like, we go out to dinner. I'm not going out to dinner with my ex. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that.
We're not that cool.
No, because first of all, I'm disrespecting my king. It's a king and a queen on the phone, not a king, queen, and another thing. Right. It ain't going to happen.
That's
king,
right.
queen, and a thing. No, it's not like that, because a king rules his kingdom beside his queen. You don't have no jokers and no jesters. Right. You don't have, and I'm not calling them jokers and bad, whatever, that's what we said. But I'm just saying, nobody else rules the throne but the king and the king and the queen. But the king and the queen, a man and a woman. Them the only ones that should be on the throne together.
That's right.
Together.
That's right.
So, if it's an ex, oh, she just jealous. Let me tell you something. No, don't think I'm just jealous. I'm being a woman. First of all, I am a woman. And I know most women, they can be very, very, very vindictive and very, what they call it, I ain't gonna say them when I go women, we're sassy. We know how to get through the cracks. But some women, especially if it's a worldly woman.
Danielle, it starts here. This is how we're trying to live.
Yeah.
When we have questions about one another, about life, and what we're trying to achieve together, this is where we go. This is where we go because we know through our past experiences of failed marriages, failed relationships, failed situationships, or whatever. We want something we can take to the grave as our own. And without God, it's not going to work. See, we approached this when we came into each other's lives, we approached this thing totally different. I told her first day, I do not know how to be a boyfriend. Did I not say that? I do not know how to be a boyfriend. I'm a husband. And if you're not there with me on that level, we're not going to waste each other's time. She agreed that that's what she wanted as well. And that's where we're going.
And he wasn't the only one that said, man, I like to see one thing about me, I like to say my piece too.
Say your piece.
I like to say my piece because you wasn't the only one that said what you said.
That's right.
I said what I said.
Mm-hmm.
We both said what we said.
That's right.
We meant what we said.
Indeed.
And we was sure about what we both said.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not control. And the thing about it is, a lot of people get this wrong. She's trying to know if you want something, you're gonna work hard at it. Just like earlier, I forgot what I said. When we were talking about the thing. So you have to find out what I said. Like with me, I'm still recovering. I'm still in recovery. Okay? Last year, around about my birthday, my daughter, she reminded me, she said, July 6th is gonna be a year since she had that mini stroke. And those people that know about strokes, they know it does something to your memory. Miss Cameo, I think you know what it does. You can be talking about something.
Yes.
And then when you start talking about it, just like that's why I said, let me get it out. I'm not being mean when I said it.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying? Let me and if I say I gotta say and sometimes I gotta keep repeating myself because if I don't, then I forget it. It happens. And this is where the love comes in our relationship. He knows my facial expression. He knows my facial expression. Charlotte, hey Charlotte, Dinah, welcome to Real Talk with Gene and Jessica. How y'all doing? And I don't know what it is about facial expression. I can't say.
Classic. Classic.
If you did something wrong, my face is gonna show.
It right off the gate.
If you kind of tick me off, my face is gonna show. I'm gonna let you know. I ain't gonna say it, but you gonna see it. Cause my favorite saying is, I can show you better, I can tell you.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times I forget what I say, and I have, people say, don't say that. Okay, yeah, I know the don't speak. Look, it's not that I'm speaking there, it's true. I can be saying something, and then he can say something behind what I said, and I can be sitting there listening to what he's saying, and I forgot what I said. And so he helps me there.
So if you guys hear me speaking and you hear her say, just cut in, that's what she means. It's not a disrespect to me because I've been with her long enough to understand that when something enters her mind, she has to speak it. Because if I get long-winded, by the time I'm done, she's forgotten.
I forgot.
And it's a health thing. It's not a personal thing. It's nothing for me to get bent out of shape about. Yeah. I understand because it has been brought to my attention. Because I used to think that early. Mm-hmm. When you're learning your people, mm-hmm. I was talking one day and she just, I was like, what? Not so much being upset with her, but then as I got to know her, I understand that, she's had several mini strokes, and I do know from family members that's had them as well. Their train of thought as well as their memory becomes a little shallow. Some people literally get through the thing and they're normal. Some have devastating effects. But that's one of the most common, is when they have something on their mind, they have to speak it right away. So I don't take it as a disrespect.
And speaking of that post that I put up in the early part of the week, y'all, if y'all seen that post when I'm wearing a bonnet on my head and my face is twisted, that was what I was talking about. That was last year, July. That was run about between July 6th and July 9th of last year. That's before we got together. That happened before we got together. So that was not recent. So when I talk about the stroke and stuff like that, that's not recent. That happened, okay? So if y'all see that post, I got a lot of people saying, I'm praying for you, this and that. I said, read the post. Just read it. And then some people read this and say, oh, I'm about to get upset, I'm about to get scared. Thank you for reading. I thank you for reading. But yeah. And we're talking about love suffers long. And a lot of times, and he suffered with me with this. Okay, he's suffering. People say suffering, that sounds like a bad thing. No, it's just suffering means you're going through it. You're going through it together. It's not suffering like, oh God, I'm suffering. This person ain't got no peace. No, you're going through this tough time. We go through the tough times together. We suffer alone. We suffer the good times, but the bad times, that's when you suffer alone. So I'm going through this, but he's going through it with me because he's helping me to remember what it is that I forgot. And it will eventually correct itself, but at the same time, I'm building back up. Because remember, I was broken. When we met, I was broken. I was at peace, but I was still broken. I was at peace because I wasn't in the situation that I was in, but I was broken. And then it said, love beareth all things. It beareth all things. He put up with me, and I put up with him, but guess what? We don't just tolerate, we celebrate each other. We don't tolerate each other. Some people say, I don't know why I'm with you. You don't know why you're with me. You don't know. All of a sudden, you don't know why you're with me. Right. I don't even know why I'm with you. Some people are right. I don't know why I'm with you. I don't know why I'm still here. Because it's something inside of you. It is love or it's a soul tie.
Right. I was going to say that.
Either it's love
or it's a soul tie.
Either it's love or it's a soul tie. And I'd rather be in love with him than tied to him. You know what I'm saying? We're in love with each other. I remember I told him this about a month and a half ago. And we've been together. This is the 5th month that we've been together. And I honestly told him, I said, baby, a month and a half ago, you remember this? I said, I'm in love with you. Now, to the next one, I thought you was in love with me before. No, listen.
How did I react to this thing?
You didn't react abruptly. When I told you that I was in love with you, you was like, tell me. You know, I ain't talking. You like, oh, you in love with me. You know what I'm saying? I was always in love with you. And then I remember you saying about time. I remember you said it. That's it. I remember. He said about time. Because his love for me grew quicker than my love for him. Now, I cared for him in the beginning. But a month and a half ago, I told him I was in love with him. Why? Because he had proven himself. He proved himself to be the man that he said he was going to be. He proved to me that he was going to be the man, that he was going to show me. I don't care what nobody say, yeah, he's a good man. I heard that before. I mean, when people, oh, he's a good person. He's good. What they said and what he did, not him. But what they said and what this person did didn't line up with what they said. So I was like, so no, that was just good for them, but okay, whatever. And then but he has proven himself to me time and time again, and he's still proving himself. I heard this somebody said that there's somebody for everybody, right? If that man really, really wants you, he'll change for the one. He'll change for that woman. If he really wants that woman, he'll change. So if you're with a man, and he hasn't changed, maybe it's not him, maybe you're not it. Maybe you're not the one.
That's a hard truth. That's a hard truth.
Maybe you're not the one.
Because men know what they want. We already know. Everything else is an appetizer, pretty much. You know, because the one that he really want, he gonna change. He gonna bend. He gonna sacrifice. He gonna do everything he can to make sure that she becomes the one.
And for the man, if she really want to change for you, she will change for you.
Mm-hmm.
And if a woman hasn't changed her ways, and she like, I'm this way, I'm this way, if she really has an instant of love for him, she'll change some of her ways. She ain't gonna change overnight. No, they're wrong.
Right.
She ain't gonna change overnight, but you gonna see the progress. See, like with him, when we first got together, I was nothing like this. You see this? You see the way I am? You see the way I'm dressed right now? You see that? It's the top of it. You see that? It was not on time. Keep talking to me.
She definitely was nothing like what she is today. Not at all. She was a lot more quieter. And I'm not saying that negatively. You know, that's not a bad thing.
Hey, Tiffany, Nicole.
She was, I'm not going to say reserved because she was broken. I'm going to say she was a lot more sheltered, untrustworthy. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying me of her, but her of me. Because she was learning me as she has anybody else. And I think her biggest fear was probably, you know, if she took a step this way and I met her at that step, and then afterwards there would be a change, she would automatically accept it as repetition. So I made a conscious effort as well as a decision.
Thank you so much, Tiffany Nicole. Thank you so much.
I made a conscious effort to be consistent. You know, I've always been a man of my word when it came to females. And it's cost me. Just doing what I said I'm going to do and being the man that I said I was going to be cost me a lot. So, in my own right, I had some trepidations myself. Some trust issues to a degree. Maybe not as severe as hers, but to a degree. Because men do move a little different. But she was still in tomboy phase. You know, if she wanted to change that, she didn't. You know, she had to really be inspired to the degree that she belongs. You know, that she belongs. That she is worthy, as well as deserving of what any other female was looking for or had the right to obtain from a man. So I just maintain being consistent. And like I told her, she made it clear that she would do anything to make me happier as an individual. Mm-hmm. And I've done that as well. But I know part of that job description means being consistent. We're grown here. We're grown. Once we became intimate, you know, I didn't want her to...
Like she said, the tomboy phrase, it is hard to break.
It is.
It's because, look, when I didn't mean to cut you off, baby. I'm sorry.
Do you think?
I'm sorry. Because, see, growing up, it was me. Mama had 4 children. It was my sister, Tawana, my brother, Calvin, my brother, Maurice, and then me. Now, Tawana was in college. No, when I was 6 years old, she was in her freshman year. When I was starting elementary school, she was starting her freshman year in college. So I was 6 years old, 6, 7, 8. Reese was 8. So therefore, and Calvin, you know, by him being autistic, he couldn't play like me and Maurice. So it was me and Maurice. So I was hanging around my brother. So therefore, I was always around the boys. Whatever they did, I did. I played tag football. I tried to play basketball. Playing in the woods, climbing trees and doing hitting hard. That's what I was doing. I was a tough little girl. I always stayed hurt, but I didn't feel the pain because I was playing rough. I'm playing rough a little bit. So when it comes to my sister, I remember one time my sister bought me a dollhouse. It was a Barbie dollhouse. I did not like Barbie dolls. I would take a Barbie doll and take the heads off. I wanted a G.I. Joe doll. I would watch Thundercats. I watch He-Man. I watch stuff like that. I would watch anything with wrestling, kung fu, whatever. Anything girly that was not me. I was the little tomboy. I had to be a little tomboy. I was strong.
You still strong. Don't act like that changed anything. You know, I know firsthand. You strong. But you know, it's a beautiful thing, though. It really is. Because it makes you who you are. Yeah. You know, it makes you who you are. You getting out of that phase. You know, a lot of people say, man, Gene, I don't know what you did to her. I don't know what you said to her. I never seen that girl hair done. I never seen her body because she wear boy clothes all the time. I said, did you ever tell her she was beautiful? That's my comeback. You've heard me say it. Yeah. Have you ever told her she was beautiful? That's all it took. And the rest was on her. I didn't commit no miraculous, I didn't do nothing miraculous for you to make this change. I told you were beautiful and you believed. And now you see it for yourself. I don't have to tell her. She knows.
Don't you know on Sunday morning, I would have to wear a dress at church, and I used to cringe wearing a dress. I used to be like, oh, I gotta wear a dress. Ew. And as soon as I got home, that dress going off. What I got on? I got on the dress. I don't feel right going outside with just regular jeans and a regular shirt. You know, I got the blood.
Yeah, you got it.
And I got a man, yeah, I got a good man, but guess what? He loved me dressing like this. He loved me looking like this. He loved me.
I do. I told him, you hid all your life. It's time to stop hiding. Don't hide. You're a reflection of me. I'll get up. I don't have all the jiggy stuff like I used to, but I like to look like a man. You know, I like to look like a man. I want to smell good. I got nice little outfits. Why not match it? Is that what I said? Match it. Match it. But your energy got to be there.
Yeah.
Don't do it for me. Do it because you know it. Do it because you know you can do it. Do it for you. You know, so that's where we are. And every time we turn around, we go to friend's house. They tell us, that woman got a shape. Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know.
You see it all the time.
My baby got a figure. Yes, she do. But see, a lot of people didn't know because all they ever did was down her and use her. So she hid all that. All I did was took the cap off the soda pop. That's all I did. Took the cap off. I let her flow. Because I ain't jealous of her. And she asks me all the time, is this too much, babe? Is this too much, babe? No, it's not. You feel comfortable in it? Wear it. I don't care. You with me. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to you.
But I will respect him.
But she respects me, though. She respects me. If she asks me something like that, then I say, nah, it's fine. And she feels it might be too much, she'll take it off. But I want that choice to be hers. That's the difference. I don't want her to feel like I'm being overbearing, that she can't wear something she wants to wear. Now, she got a pair of shorts around here. I don't know what them shorts are. I don't know if they thongs. I don't know if they boy shorts. They short. But she wear them here.
In home.
She wear them here.
They in-house shorts. I don't wear them outside.
She don't wear them outside.
Ain't nobody gonna see my booty cheeks.
She wear them here. But every time she decides to put them on, she still asks me, even though I know she's not going outside with them. She asks us if it's fine. Because I'm not going to take away her choice or her option to wear anything she feels comfortable and relaxed to wear. I'm not her father. I'm not a dictator. So I want her comfortable. I want her at peace. And if she's doing it for me, by all means, do it for me. I don't mind sitting back taking pictures. I don't mind.
You love the view too.
Oh yeah. It was quite beautiful. Yes. I enjoyed it immensely. So, with that being said, you know, it's about, as I said earlier, for me, it's about sacrifice and compromise. You know, we've got the biblical definition of what love is, and we know now. But my personal, for my dynamic, it's about sacrifice, you know, denying myself for the strength, the growth, and the love that I have in this relationship. It's about that. And as we stated, we will daily, every second, every millisecond, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, every year, we will implement God in our relationship. When we have differences, we go here. So this is why we both know it's going to work for us. There's no stopping the train because we chose not to ride the love train, but the glory train. We want to glorify God. We want to honor and respect Him as well as His commandments in what we do. Do we fall short? Indeed we do. Because this physical man loves this physical woman. But we are taking it and being led by God in this thing. That's why we have a date. December 12th, blessings shall fall. Because we're not in this for personal gratification. We have a work to do for God. We have a work to do. So that's where we are in our dynamic. This is what we're fixated on. This is what we are striving to do. This is what we're going to do, is follow the instruction of God and reap our blessings because He promised it. He promised it.
And the thing about, when you're talking about sacrifices, see, a lot of people don't like to sacrifice. in a relationship, sacrifice, it requires you to sometimes neglect yourself. Not to the point that you neglect yourself or you neglect how you look or neglect, whatever. No, so neglect, when I mean neglect, forget about yourself for one second. Think about the person that you're with. Sacrifice something that you know. My thing is, okay, let's say our cell phone. We like to play the same game. Mind down. We love that. But here's the sacrifice. I'm not a good multitasker at all. When it comes to music, I can. I don't understand it. It's just how it is. And a lot of times, like, if we have a quiet time, if we have moments like when we talking and stuff like that, sacrifice. No cell phone. Put the phone down. It's me and you. I don't care if you hear ching, ching, ching. I don't care what it is. It's me and you. Forget that phone. It could be something on TV that you might want to watch. I don't pause it. We'll pause it. Or if it's something that's going to be detrimental to our relationship, we're going to have to let it go. Let it go. I don't care if it's something that you've been doing for years. I don't care. Some people say, well, I've been like this for a long time, and I ain't going to change now. Ain't nobody change me. Ain't nobody trying to change you. You can be the way you are. Continue to be that way. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say it like that. Continue to be that way. But you're going to find yourself by yourself. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to be real with you. You're going to continue to be stubborn, continue to be hard-headed, continue to be, selfish, self-centered. You can sit away. Ain't nobody trying to tell you to change. Because one thing a person is not going to do, especially if they want something, they're not going to waste their time.
And they're not going to let them get in the way.
They're not going to waste their breath. They're not going to waste no sleep. They're not going to sacrifice their peace just to make you happy, to satisfy your own selfish greed. They're not going to do that. So sacrifice comes like this, baby. I know if it's something that hurts you, and it's something that I do constantly, and it hurts you, I have to be mindful. But too, that's why he said when I was a child, I expected a child. I was a child. I did childish things. So this is the childish thing to me. If it's something that's going to be harmful to our relationship, but yet still it's for my own self-gratification, forget about you, I'm thinking about me. I'm not even thinking about you. So therefore, if you decide not to be in a relationship with me anymore, I can't get mad with you. I'm just saying. Because if I just want my own self-gratification and I don't care nothing about him, or I don't care nothing about how he feels about it, then maybe I do need to be by myself. But that's not me. I'm not talking about me. I'm giving you a prime example. So the little things that I did, I love to talk about me. Because can't nobody talk about me better than me. Things that I did, little changes that I made to progress in this relationship. He sees it. The talks that he had with me. The baby, I love you, and the encouragement. It didn't just go in one ear, out the other. It didn't fall on deaf ears. He planted a seed. And that's the thing about it in a relationship. You have to be able to plant seeds. You have to be able to plant seeds, and don't let nobody come behind what the sower is planting and pick it up. Whatever the sower is planting, so I can plant watermelon seeds, and somebody can come behind me and pluck them up. Okay, let me give you a prime example. I'm in a relationship with him. We doing good. Here comes negative Nancy, right? Negative Nancy telling me something that she thinks she know about him. Or just because she thinks she knows him. She gonna say, girl, I watch my back about you. But back in the days, he used to be a womanizer. Now, you talking about something that happened 40, 50, something years ago. Okay, that's not neither here nor there. You talking about something that happened years ago. Well, I remember when me and I used to talk to him and he dogged me out. Baby, this is a whole nother dispensation. That has nothing What does that have to do with me? But if I allow negative Nancy to penetrate my spirit and pluck up that seed that you have put in me, I'm going to look at you differently. Because I allow somebody else. Instead of tending to their own garden, they messing with mine.
Mm-hmm.
They messing with yours. Matter of fact, let's say yours, because you the one, you the plant, you the farmer. They messing with your harvest instead of messing with this. Their harvest ain't growing. Ain't nothing. There's no produce, no watermelon, no carrots, no cabbage, no nut, no cops, no nothing coming up. So therefore, they're gonna come to your produce, come to your field, and pluck up what belongs to you. But that ain't gonna work for them. And then they said, well, let me get her out the way. Here come negative Nancy. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Here go negative Nancy. Oh, y'all broke her. I'm sorry, y'all broke her. She wanted to know. So now then he go, you two-faced. Now you trying to get with him, but he was a fade on him. You say he broke your heart 40 years ago. What you trying to do? Now you want him because you see him. Because you probably didn't want him back then. You probably didn't break your heart. You probably didn't want to be with him for the simple fact that he wasn't your type of guy. And then now he's your type of guy. And you think, well, you think he's your type of guy. Now you won't have something to do with it. But what works for me ain't going to work for you, baby.
That's what you said. Say it again.
What works for me won't work for you, or what works for you won't work for me. That's how it goes. So therefore, we got to water each other's garden. I water his garden. He waters mine. We water each other's garden daily, and we tend to. In other words, we mind our own business. He tend to my garden, I tend to his. He water my plants, I water his. Give and take, give and take. He take from me, I give back to him. He give back to me, I take from him. It's a mutual understanding. Hey Alicia, how you doing, McCoy? Alicia, she said this is great content. You guys are doing great. Keep going. Thank you so much, Tiffany. I think that was the one that said something about my feet being mama. But put mama thing.
I told you got pretty feet.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He told me I have pretty feet. We go back and get our toes done again. Well, I'm getting my toes done. We get manicures. Manicures, right? Pedicures. Manicures with a hand. Pedicures. And I'm gonna get my toes done again. But whenever when it comes time for our wedding, I'm gonna get my toes done the same color. It's gonna be I don't know yet. But this man imparts so much into me. And I impart so much. It's not just him being a man, but I impart into him too. That's why our relationship is going to a smooth. Yeah, we got little bumps. Of course, every relationship gonna have bumps. But we pour into each other.
Yeah, we're gonna have bumps. I mean, you can't grow without bumps. You can't. You know, it's just like breaking a bone. Don't you know when you break a bone and it repairs itself, it doubles the bone structure because it has to put a protective coating around the break for it to sustain itself? It's the same way. You're going to have lumps, and if you can overcome the lumps, what does that do for your relationship? It makes you stronger. So that's where we are. You know, I'm happy. I'm happier than I've ever been in my life, and it took a long time to get here. You know, it took a long time to get here, but it's like trying to obtain your perfect partner. You have to change. Hey, Stacey, how you doing? You know, you have to change the dynamic. You do. I've always pursued. You know, I've always pursued. I've always said, well, I'm gonna let God. But I always did it my own way. This time, I actually sat my tail down and waited 17 months. 17 months. And then God said, now it's time. I didn't know who would that be. I didn't know. But when we started talking, I knew who it was right away. So,
and think about it somehow. the first time, well, we know about the first time. That's when we became cool. The second time you came at me, you were basically not fully out single, but you wasn't married anymore. But a man knows what's wrong.
Yeah.
But I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready not because I wasn't ready for you. I just wasn't ready because the position I was in my life, I was not ready.
Yeah, you know, what God has for you is for you. I believe that saying wholeheartedly because I didn't have to press you. You know, I didn't have to press you. I didn't put any pressure on you to date me. I put it out there. Here's my number. If you used it, you used it. If you didn't, and that's the way it was.
I mean, one thing I say, no, and keep it moving. I mean, don't stop. Just keep it moving. But somebody told me I was and this was the pastor's wife that told me. This is what told me. I said, what's the guy that I like? He said, okay, but there's another guy that taught me. This was a long time ago. She said, may the best man win. Oh, yeah. May the best man win. She will always say that. May the best man win. May the best man win.
My thing is the emphasis on man. Because, see, personally, this is my own opinion. Personally, you hear a lot of guys say, you know, I'm a man, and da-da-da-da-da, but they don't move as men do. You know, real men move a certain way, and guess what? Real men, they all move the same way. They deny themselves for their better half. They deny themselves, and they work to uplift her. Period. No questions. Nothing's going to get in the way of him maintaining her, uplifting her, and loving her correctly. Now, the one that we choose as the one may not be her. Because we've all been through relationships where it just didn't work. You know what I'm saying? But our demeanor as real men doesn't change. Like I told you, when we finally started conversing with each other, I didn't say anything different than I've said to anybody else. I didn't jump a hoop to obtain you. I didn't cut no cartwheels to try to obtain you. I told you what I would do. I told you the kind of man that I would be. And I tried to be consistent with that. That won you over. So.
Yeah, it won me over. And the thing about that too is that I'm not so much watching what you say to me.
You watching what I do.
I'm watching what you show me.
That's it.
I'm not watching your words. Because I don't watch words and they
Right.
I don't watch what people say. I'm watching your lips moving. Blah, 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 blah. That's all you're doing, talking. You're talking and ain't saying nothing. I watch what you do. So what you did and what you said lined up together. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe this can work. In my mind, you know, regardless of the little doubt that I have, regardless
you
of,
don't have that.
Yeah, and regardless of what, I'm like, no, let's go forward. Let's go forward, just like they're doing the job. They say you put in the application, okay, we're looking to hire some people. All right, so we picked your application out. Now we can go on to the next phase of the hiring process. Here we go. We went to the next phase of this process. And guess what? He passed. And this is where we are now. You say that again. December 12th. Because of that, because he showed me who he really was. And guess what? I showed him who I was. It wasn't just him. A real woman. A lady at that.
Yeah.
Because there's a difference. We all talking about women. Okay, here it is. He's a real man. He's a man's man. I am a woman that has been bruised, battered, torn, lived this, that, but in my heart, here's my spirit. My spirit. And that didn't change who I was. That didn't change who I really was. It might have changed my mind about certain things. It might have changed how I felt about certain things. But it didn't really change my upbringing of who I really was. Because who I really am, what I know better. And one thing about a man is not going to, a man is not just going to say what he's going to do. And not so much doing what you do, but like you said, continuing. Because a man is going to make sure his house, your house, spiritually, your house, this is your house. Mm-hmm. You're going to take care of your house first. Mm-hmm. Always take care of home first. Real men take care of home first. Point to yourself. If he take care of home first, you point to me. Then he will take care of home. Mm-hmm. If he take care of home, he gonna take care of home. But sure. Guess what? He said, come home. If his house is dirty, if his house is all messed up, this is a part of his house too. I'm coming into a bunch of chaos. I'm coming into a bunch of confusion. You said come home, and I'm coming home, and I settle down. I ain't at peace.
That's right.
I'm not at peace. Because if a man is not at peace with himself, he's not going to be at peace with a woman. Therefore, he's going to find pieces. Get it? Mm-hmm. He ain't going to be in peace. A man that is not at peace with himself, he's going to find pieces in different women. Not one. Because guess what? One part is with one woman. But the other part is with somebody else. Mm-hmm. And he's going to look for all the parts of one woman and about 5, 10 women. Why? Because he is not at peace with himself, because he's in peace. Mm-hmm. Now, a real man is going to self-healing. One thing I've noticed about most men, especially men that don't have time to waste, they'll take time. They say, well, that was true. Okay, healing times vary. Healing times are shorter than others. Mm-hmm. Some people, they won't take 5, 10 years to heal. Mm-hmm. Some people just get up, rock up, couple months. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, your healing process depends on you. It depends on you. So, therefore, but I help. And you help me. You help my healing process. Because you were doing like this, okay, baby, it's okay. You were just saying this thing. You were soothing my wounds and you was making me feel comfortable. You was making me, I didn't have to put up a shield. You can say, don't go in that box, come out the box. Every time I go in the box, you took me out the box. Yeah. You would take, he said, that's good talk, Jessica. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sis Stacy. Thank you so much. And it's only coming from experience. That's the reason why I can say what I'm saying now. I'm saying what I'm saying out of experience because I've experienced so much. And now that I recognize the scales have fallen off my eyes, I don't just see physically, I see spiritually. And I do. And I will tell you, there's been times where I've seen them spiritually. I've seen this person, the person I told you about, I ain't gonna call no name, but I actually saw this person. The first time me seeing this person, I saw the devil. I saw an evil spirit. That looked evil. I was scared. But what made me still pursue him? What made me still want to, not so much pursue, what made me still want to be around him? Because I'm not a judgmental person. And I feel like, well, anybody can change. True. But, what did we say earlier?
Mr. Smith, what's good, baby?
Hey, see, I was looking at, we can't play God.
No.
We can't play God.
No.
And the thing about it, we always come out where this person can change and this and that. If I love them enough, if I love this person enough, then they can change. No, even the love that you have for them won't change them if they don't want to change. I don't care how much love you have. You can love them till you blue in the face. But if they don't want to change, nothing you do, nothing you say, or nothing you can give them, not even encouragement, not even advice. You can plant a seed, but guess what?
It'll never grow.
It's gonna never grow because the soil in which you plant the seed, the Bible talks about the soil. Some has fell on stony ground.
Mm-hmm.
Some has fell on the ground where the Johnson really chokes them up. Some have fell on good ground. Some seeds fell on good ground. So you gotta really be mindful of where you plant your seed. What ground in which you plant your seed. And if your seed is on concrete, you know concrete is hard. You can't get through to that. You can't get through to that. But if the soil is soft and manageable, you know, all you gotta do, you don't have to dig a big hole.
Right.
Just dig a big enough hole and you put that seed, cover it up, water it, and watch it grow.
Mm-hmm.
Tend to it. And then whenever you see that bud sprout out, there's a scripture in the Bible. And I'm gonna take it to you right quick.
Tell it to me. Tell it to me. How you doing, Mr. Smith?
And this is the scripture right here. Scripture right here.
Yeah, Stacy, we going to the good book.
Yeah.
We've been in the good book all night. You might want to watch the whole podcast. It's a good one.
John chapter 12, verse 24. This is Jesus talking. He said, Verily, verily, I say unto you, except a corn of wheat fall into the ground and die, it abideth alone. But if it die, it bringeth forth fruit. Now, one thing about a seed, when you put a seed, it's a living seed, it's a living organism. It has that thing on it, just like a watermelon seed. You know, watermelon seed. You can plant that seed on the ground, and once you plant in the ground, you cover it up, it's gonna die. It's gonna die. You plant the seed for it to grow. It's called germination. It's called germination. And a lot of times, just like let's say bodybuilding, whenever you lift from weights, you tear them down old muscles and tissues, they die in order for you to build it. So one thing about that seed is going to die, but it's not going to die to stay dead. They say it could abide alone without interruption. It said because that's your assignment. That's it. When they see you, they see God in you. Mm-hmm. And see one thing about a seed, he said, unless the seed abides alone, it dies. It dies. But when it goes down into the ground, it germinates. It's going through a process. Mm-hmm. And see, a lot of times, whenever that seed is being planted, it's not going to grow when you think it's going to grow. It's got to go through a process. That's why it's called growing pain. That's why it's called experience, maturity. You got to go through many phases and facets of life. And then when that seed that was planted, a seed that can have been planted 30 years ago, your grandma planted the seed in you as a child. Even your mama, she planted the seed in you as a child. Even though she's not here to see it, it has grown. Even though your grandma's not here to see it, it has grown because the seed has been planted. Now, we're not talking about seeds like corn and cabbage and peas. No, we're talking about seasons of life. We're talking about that season, that seed that has been planted, and you have planted the seed. And in 5 months' time, I said, dog, will you ever get it? This is my thing. That's why I say suffer long. Love suffers long. Sometimes you have to suffer alone with that person. Walk with them. Pray with them. Pray. Talk to them. Encourage them. Love them. Let them know that you'll be them. Let them know that they can make it. Let them know that you are special, just like you say you're beautiful, you this, you that, stuff I never heard. And see what that does, your words will water. You will water that seed. You plant the seed and you kept saying you're beautiful. Jessica, you're beautiful, you're my queen, you're my queen. Every time you say the queen, that's a big one. That's a big one for me. You say you're my queen and you are watering that seed and now you see that bud and you see that ear come out, that ear come, that bud. Ooh, I see a little head coming out. And then you say you're my queen and then it comes out, it keeps coming out, and all of a sudden, bam, it buds out to this man corn you can eat for days. Now you got a harvest. You got a harvest. The Bible said, the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. A lot of people don't want to labor for the harvest. They don't want to labor for it. They don't want to stick with it. They don't want to endure it. They don't want to encourage that. That was taking too long. Well, if you want what you want,
you gotta work for it.
My thing is,
you got to.
He's look. No to you. He's fashioning the woman he wants me to be. He's fashioning me for him. See what I said. She said, teach Jessica. Notice what I said. The man was created for God, and the woman was created for the man. So therefore, he's fashioning me to what he would love for me to be. Right? Not to the point where I forget about myself and I'm like, like.
Not the robot.
I'm not no robot. But he's fashioning me. So therefore, that beautiful woman that he sees a beautiful woman. Why? Because he's planting that seed. You can't. So you mean to tell me you are a farmer and you plant the seed and you're not going to watch that seed grow?
Oh, I'm gonna watch it grow.
Oh, you gonna let somebody else
water it?
You gonna let somebody else water? You gonna let somebody else water your seed?
We not doing it.
Oh, we ain't doing it.
We not doing it.
I'm not letting nobody else water my seed, cause the seed that I planted in here, ain't no other woman gonna water this seed, cause it has my name all on it. You hear? Mm-hmm. You hear what I said?
You heard what she said.
Whatever seed that I'm planting in him, I'm watching it grow, and I'm seeing the fruits of it. I'm seeing the fruits of it. Now the word of God, we got to go back to the word of God with this. This is what we got to go back. We got to go back to the word of God. Here you go. Let me see.
You know what it is?
Mm-hmm. He said this. The word of God says this. Okay, keep talking, baby. Keep talking.
Yeah. That's pretty much what we was talking about a few weeks back, about, putting in work to build the person that you would like to spend your natural days with, and not being consistent, giving the devil room to allow somebody else to reap your harvest. I didn't work this hard, and it wasn't that hard. For me, my growing pains came from the hurt of trying to reassure her of her value, which 90% of that has to come from her.
And that was the thorns. No, think about it. Think about it.
That's what it is.
Think about it. Think about it. I love it. If you ever notice, when you plant anything, it grows down first before it grows up.
That's right.
It has to take root. It has to have the foundation indeed to stand. And that's what we were just talking about, that root. Once it grab root, I ain't even graded like that. Right. But once it grab root, now one thing about it, once it grab a hold to the root, it got to have the root. So one thing about that root, you once that thing get rooted, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt, but it's getting prepared. And one thing about and one thing about that root, once it gets settled down and it gets settled and it gets strong, yeah, it hurts, but guess what? It's getting in position. Position is pain. Mm-hmm. Okay? Pain is position. And so you know how sometimes we move, we get in position, and our sleep, when we go to sleep and we stay in the same position and we turn around, it hurts. Because we've been in that same position for a long time. Mm-hmm. But one thing about a root, once it gets down, way down, it digs deep, and it gets positioned. And once it gets positioned, then it grabs a hold. Can't nothing pull that root up. Not even you. Not even you, because that root is so deeply embedded. That's why we were talking about the soul ties, because it has a root to it. Mm-hmm. That's why we were talking about be careful who you intertwine yourself with. Be careful who you entertain. We talked about several podcasts, entertaining people. Because guess what? That root, that seed, that root can get caught up. You can get caught up. You can get caught up. And the thing about it is, with that seed that was planted, now it's taking root. I'm like this instead of like this.
Instead of being withered.
Instead of being withered. So guess what? Hey, Jessica. Hey, Jessica. You know, I've seen Jen. You can't move me. I can't move. I won't move. I refuse to move. Let me see what. Now let's go to the Word of God and see what the Word of God. The Word of God says in John chapter 15. Now this is Jesus talking again, but Jesus did a lot of talking. I think me and Jesus can each other because we talk too much. For real, I think he's like my first cousin. But anyway, he said, "I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. The husbandman prunes the tree. He tends to the tree. See, that's what God, our Father, Abba, our Father, Jehovah Jireh, Yahweh, talk about God. He said, every branch in me, we are the branches. Every branch in me that bears not fruit, he taketh away. We don't let him connect to the vine. We're not connected to the vine. We just hanging on. And it say, he purges it that it may bring forth more fruit. And then he said, now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken to you. Abide in me, and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abiding in the vine. And that's it. That's it. That root. That's it. That root. You got to have a foundation. You got to have a foundation. Everything starts from the beginning. There's always a beginning, and there's going to surely be an end. Just like your birthday. You was born 19 such and such. But you don't have a death date yet. But not on that tombstone. Notice they got people with tombstones already. They got their birthday, they got name on there, but they ain't got the death date yet. You getting prepared for that. Mm-hmm. This is the thing about it. In our relationship, the foundation should be God. That song, my hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. On Christ, the solid rock I stand. All other ground is sinking sand. So therefore, the foundation is God. Regardless of which way, we're going to rock. Mm-hmm. We're going to rock together. We're going to rock together. Whatever way we go, we're going to go together. If we go to the front, if I go to the front, you go to the front. I go to the front. You go to the back, I'm going to the back. You go to the right, I'm going to the right. We go, our roots are still going to be, we're going to be deeply rooted. Why? Because our foundation is in Christ. Jesus, our foundation is in God. God the Father. God the Son, God the Holy Spirit is all one. Mm-hmm. So regardless of what we go through in a relationship, in our relationship, we're going to make it.
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 Even in little disagreements, we're going to make it. Even in little disputes, we're going to make it. Even in confusion, we got to go. Mm-hmm. We pray. We pray together.
Mm-hmm. We always ask God for direction. We always do. Understanding.
We pray together.
Knowledge. To be more Christ-like. Mm-hmm. You know. That's what we are. We've always. If we didn't read, we do more praying. Mm-hmm. You know, because life be life, and you know, there's no excuse, you know, or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But we implement God in everything. We really do. We have a church family. We have spiritual friends. We have God Himself. Mm-hmm. And we cry to God daily. So, because we know that the enemy is stronger than we want to admit. We know God is all powerful, but our enemy is out there doing push-ups, you know, sit-ups, bench presses, and everything else to knock us off this foundation. And me being a little more seasoned, if I'm going to lead my queen, this is a must.
Okay, since you stepped on that ground, a little more seasoned. Mm-hmm. You know we test each other.
We do.
So we need, I'm a little more seasoned.
I mean, as a leader and being a little older, you know, we are committing ourselves to a marriage very soon. And see, the understanding that I have is being a husband, any downfalls that come into marriage is not on the wife. Because I'm the leader. It's on me.
Well, listen. How you do it? The Bible says, I want them to see the Bible. I want them to see Jesus. We all want to see Jesus. The Bible says, how can two walk together except they're agreed? Now, how can two walk together? Okay. He's a leader. He's older, yes. Seasoned in age, yes. But if you fall, am I gonna watch you fall?
No, of course not.
Matter of fact, I ain't gonna fall because I'm gonna prevent you from falling. If I see something that you don't see, I'm gonna talk to you about it spiritually. So guess what? If I see something, a pothole, and you don't see it for whatever reason, not saying that you're blind to it, but you could be, happy, but I'm gonna like, hey baby, hold up, woo, put the brakes on. I'm not the man, I'm not the leader, but I see something spiritually. I'm supposed to be aware. I'm supposed to help you. That's why I'm called your help me. Take the ET off, help me. That's what the man is saying. Help me. Doggone it, help me. Don't hurt me, help me. Take the help me off. Take the ET off to help me. Because if you keep the help, if you take the ET off, the ET go home. ET from home. ET can go home. You know what the ET stand for? Extra trouble. That's what the ET stand for. So take the ET off. Help me. God gave man a help meet. Somebody said, help him meet his needs. Men have needs, women. Men have needs. We're supposed to help them meet their needs. Whatever their need is, help them meet their needs. That's why we're called a help meet. So therefore, he might be, he might be the head, and he might, be a little seasoned, but he's still gonna need help. He's gonna need help. So my job is to help this man. And I can't help him by doing this. I love him enough, I'm quiet. Much as I like to talk, if he's saying something, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up for my man. Oh, so you gonna let him hum? Now let's get this wrong. This is stop being biased and stop being so macho, women. Have that little ego. This is notice now. Every tree and plant will go through storm. So we are not anything to experience storms. Says look at Psalm 23. Grab on to the intelligence. Yeah. And let me see. First name. Yeah, and and the thing about it too, when a man, and you ain't got no choice but to go to the Bible. You ain't got no choice but to go to the Bible. But the man, just like I said, the man needs help. The man needs help. The man can't do it by himself. He can't do it alone. But he don't need a woman that's gonna help pull him down. He don't need he don't need that. And that's it. Let me see. And he shall be like a tree planted by rivers of water that brings forth his fruit in his season. His leaves shall not wither, and whatsoever he does shall prosper. Yeah, And that's the thing. That's Psalm chapter 1. Blessed is the man that walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stands in the way of the sinner, nor sits in the seat of the scornful. His delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his light does he meditate day and night. And see, that's the word. He said, he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, and it planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. That's like in his season. Everybody has a season. Everybody has a season. Everybody has a season. It said, bringeth forth his fruit in his season. Now, everybody is not seasoned for the season. Everybody's not seasoned. I like to put food in it, like when I cook. If I'm making spaghetti, I got my ground beef, and I'm frying my ground beef, but I don't put no seasoning. It's bland. It has no seasoning. It's not gonna have no taste. If I put a grain of salt, is it gonna matter? Just one little grain of salt, is it gonna change the taste? No, it's not gonna change the taste. The different seasons that you went through, you know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people, and this is the guy that honest truth. I know a lot of people his age still not seasoned.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because they here, there, and there, well, they have not. That's why you're talking about that tree. You gotta be planted. You gotta be planted. Planted here, mentally. You gotta be planted in your mind. You gotta be. He had a made up mind years ago, way before he met me, that he wasn't gonna be a certain way, and he grew to that. And thing about it, a lot of people get so like, I did some foolish things when I was younger, but I grew up, I experienced things, and I experienced life, and I experienced trauma, and I knew, you know, God had given me grace. So now that God has given you grace and mercy, and now you become a better person. You become a different person. Not saying you're always good, because we ain't never been good all our life.
Mm-mm.
Never have. But one thing about it, when you see something good and you know there's something good and you see it, you grab on to it. You hold on to it. You hold on to that thing which is good. And the thing about it, and we use scripture not so much to, my mama always said, don't never go back to the word of God. And I like what, you know, he put the scripture out there. Because blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. You remember when I was talking about the, you're the farm. And you plant my seed. I'm the seed you plant. And then negative nets come. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. Somebody coming to my ear telling me something negative about you. Or giving me negative advice. That's why we always say on our podcast, don't take our advice. Not saying that is ungodly advice.
Well, that is not good advice.
But
could be. But works for us.
Yeah, works for us. And that's the thing about it, you know what I'm saying? But we are dedicated to each other. Through God. We are dedicated to each other. We talk it out. We work it out. Whatever it is, we hash it out. We don't let the day go by. We don't. I wish you would go to sleep, man, with me. I'm gonna wake you up.
Yeah, we gonna do that.
We're gonna wake each other up. We're gonna talk it out. That's what we do. Hey, Mr. McArthur. Hey, Mr. McArthur. How you doing? Like I said, real talk with Gene and Jessica. And that's the thing about it. And you know, just, you know, give a little input and stuff like that.
You know, differences, believe it or not, to me, are building blocks. They're building blocks. It gives you reason to communicate and grow. If your relationship is, you know, is peaches, creams, roses, daffodils, I really do feel sorry for your relationship. I do, because I haven't met one where there's not any differences. The only way I feel the relationship can grow is if, I'm not saying that it has to be 20 challenges a month. I'm not saying nothing like that.
We're doing just fine.
Thank you, Ms. MacArthur. I just feel like, you know, sometimes there's not even a difference. Sometimes stress, you know, a lack of energy, anything like that can be something out of order. You know, what I do, you know, you can come home sometimes and just let me lay down beside you. Let me lay on your chest and say what's on my heart. Say what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling. Because those things can affect the relationship as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, things that you keep within, things you keep inside, that doesn't necessarily have to do with you or I. But it's eating at you. It needs to be brought to the front. You know, because like this morning, you said, "You all right?" I said, "Yeah." You said, "You know, I feel you, right?" See, that's when you connected. You know what I mean? It wasn't that I was lying, but you knew that something was on my mind. We had our discussion. I'm not going to say we squashed it because it wasn't an issue. You know?
It was a concern.
Right, it was a concern. So, you know, due to the fact that neither one of us had an emotional reaction to it, it still could have been something detrimental to the relationship. But we prayed, we talked about it.
Because it was a concern, but it was about me and muscle my health. And you was concerned because, like, who wants to wake up to a dead body? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, and you was telling the truth. Because, you know, it happened.
It happens, yeah. And, you know, it's a joy to know that I can bring it to you and you don't have no reaction to it. You really try to sit there and understand what I'm feeling or what I'm actually saying instead of taking it personal. Because
that's maturity in me.
Yes. You know, because like you said, nobody wants to look in the mirror, but nobody wants to be told either. You know, and you have to, you know, couples, husbands, wives, invested couples, listen, have the hard talks. I can't implement that enough because we've talked about death, we've talked about life insurance, we've talked about longevity together, we talked about marriage, we talked about a lot of things, you know, our children, their futures, all that. We talked about a lot of things. First of all, at this time in our relationship, may not be one another's business. And people can take offense to things like that. But if you're going to be together, you have to have those talks. You know, you have to have them because it's inevitable that they're going to come to pass. You know, like I talked to my children years ago about how I want it to be eulogized, or, you know, how the funeral goes. They're like, "Dad, you know, I don't want to talk about that. We're not going to talk about it." I said, "Son and daughter, if I don't talk to you about it now, it'll be chaotic when that time comes. It'll be literally chaotic when that time comes."
There was somebody, don't call no names, but I knew there was somebody that we was told that they was sick. They knew they was sick, and they knew that they only had a matter of time left. They planned their whole funeral. They planned what they want, who they want to say what, who want to say what, and this, that. They said, we have to learn from this and that and more. A relationship can't be 50-50. It has to be more than that in order to survive. Some of us haven't matured yet. We are still living in the past. We are still living in the past. We are scared to die and afraid to live. And that's the thing about it. See, back in the days, they used to say 50-50, but that's only half.
Right.
I can't give you half of me.
I can't do it.
I can't give you half of me. My thing is, if I give you half of me, then the other half is messed up. It's not going to function. It's just like me. You see how I'm doing my arm. I got this arm function, but this arm ain't. It's just like a person that had a stroke. They're not completely whole. How is this arm going to work? this arm is dead. Not so much dead, but it's non-functioning. So therefore, if I come to you half and not whole, then I'm non-functioning. So that's what we lay our cards on the table. This is what it's gonna be. I put both my hands out. Somebody don't tell anybody anything. No, this is what you can do. You want me to relationship? I'd rather tell him than him help somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll be something different. Because it's not going to be what I said. It's going to be what the picture that they paint. So I'm not going to tell you the raw. Just like I said, I was real straight with you. I said, look, this is your girl, Jessica. This is me. Ta-da.
Yeah.
This is me. So therefore, when somebody try to come and say something,
I got all of it.
you like, I know.
And what I loved about that particular conversation when we were putting everything on the table,
Yeah.
you didn't take away my option.
No, I did.
You know, I could have said, nah, you know what?
I love
Your past is too checkered. You could have said that about me. You know? But when we but see, there's no worse than there's no worse than no better. It's not, because it's like this. The story behind both of our pasts, the story was you were used, so was I. You were broken, and so was I. And what did we want? We wanted to heal each other with the supreme help of God. That was the clincher for me. That was the thing that said, okay, I'm willing to give a chance no matter what, because God was going to be implemented. You know, that was the most important thing than anything else that we discussed that day.
The Bible said God said, without me, you can do
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nope.
Nothing. Period.
Right. And see, people are afraid to live, you know, Darren. I haven't had the worst life. I haven't had the greatest, but I truly believe that I lived each day that God has given me to the fullest. Whatever I could have obtained out of each day, I've obtained it. Whatever I wanted or desired to do in a day, I've been able to do it. So I have no complaints, man. And dying is part of living. It really is. I've been instilled that in my spirit since I was a little bitty boy. My mom, my grandmother, you know, we had matriarchs in my family that lived strictly for the opportunity to live in paradise. It's been in us for years. Yes, you're young, you grow, you go astray. That too is a part of life. Some can hold on to the straight and narrow. A lot of us haven't. But if that seed, so we was talking seeds, if that seed has been planted in you, you always come back home. You grow, you come back home. And I come home, bro. You know, and if God called me tonight, I had a great life. I'm happier than I've ever been in this life. And I'm ready. You know, I'm ready to see our Creator. And I'm waiting to hear the words, you know, well done. I'm waiting to hear the words. Because I'm putting that work in for Him at this moment in my life. I understand I must be judged. I understand that. But I know that my past sins has been thrown in the sea of forgetfulness. And I'm doing what I'm supposed to do at this moment. So, you know, people always say, do you know where you're going if you was to die tonight? I honestly can say, yeah. I honestly can. Do I have my flaws and shortcomings still? Yes, I do. I have millions of them. But I also take them to God. I don't let them sit there and fester or act like or forget that, you know, I've done this or I may have done that. I take it to my father, man. And people say that being a child of God is a hard life. No, it's not. It's not hard at all, because if you have your father still living with you, even though they're 25, 30 years older than we are at this time in our life, they still call you their baby. And they still are trying to give you direction and correction. They still look at you as that infant. And you're going to feel a certain kind of way as you have when you was a kid. You're going to move a certain kind of way still, because you want to give the respect and the honor that you're supposed to give your parent. Why not God? Why not God? He's the one that created us all. He's the one that's given us our every breath. We have no control over that. And it's things like that, you know, I don't understand about the carnal man. We feel like every breath we take, we created. Every strength we have is because of us. Every skill that we've obtained is because we've worked at it, we've practiced, we've studied. That's part of it. That's part of it. But all of it is God. And one thing I've learned in all the work that we do, still faith without works is dead. So you have to know that God is implemented. So that's how I'm trying to live my life, bro. I'm trying to put a jewel in my crown every day. That's what I'm trying to do. I know I have a work here to do, and I'm putting my best foot forward. However God decides to lead me, I'm not walking, I'm running. I'm running because tomorrow's not promised. It's not promised, so I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Thanks, Clara.
Miss Clara. All right. You know, that was the talk that me and me. You remember I said about you still family, right? You know that said family. Mm-hmm. And I said, how do I respond? He said, just tell me the truth.
That's it.
Now.
That's it.
He said,
hey, Angie, how you doing?
How you doing? How you doing? You know, Miss Clara, and I would say that because I've grown. I've grown. I still have love. I still have love. I still have love. But I must move on. And you know, tell Mr. Frank. Tell Mr. Frank. I just call Daddy Frank. He cool. Always been cool. Always been cool, yes. So now I'm doing all right. I'm doing just fine. I'm getting married. Let them know I'm getting married though. Let them know that. Let them know that. Let them know that I was getting married. I get married. How folks get married? Hey, tell them we'll be getting married. I'm getting married. And I'm happy. And tell them thank you so much. And happy early birthday. Happy early birthday. I know this much yet. Happy early birthday. Tell them I'm doing well. I'm doing exceptionally. How do you say it? How do white people say it back in the day? I'm doing swell.
Swell.
Swell. I'm so happy. I've never been happier. And just to know that God has done a great work in my life. This is great content. You guys are doing great. Thank you so much, Miss Angie. Thank you so much. And Miss Miss Moore is a good friend of the family, Barnes family. She always think highly of my family. Keep pressing towards some more Grace and peace, man. Be encouraged.
Thank you, D.
Thank you.
Forever, brother.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your encouraging words. And whenever you do come on, I respect it. I respect the man of God that he is.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah.
Yeah. And thank you so much for your encouragement. Thank you for your encouraging words. Thank you so much for your prayers, because we know that you're praying for us. Thank you for being a great friend to Gene. Thank you for knowing Gene as long as you have him. And it's awesome. It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. Blessings to you too. And how it is, blessings to you too. Yeah. And Mama Clara, we get married December the 12th. We get married. I love you too, baby. We get married, but we're going to tie the knot. Tie that knot. Me and that young man going to tie that knot. We going to hold on to God's unchanging hands. You ever seen Coming to America?
Yes.
He said.
Yes, I have.
He said,
For sure,
happiness,
Angie.
peace, and joy is a beautiful life. Keep making each other happy. And that much we do.
We do.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Hit a roadblock. Sit down, girl. We need to talk.
Yeah, we're going to talk.
Sit down, Gene. We need to talk.
And guess what? It can be literally raining and rain just like that. It was raining. Some people say, oh, we never have a bored moment.
Never.
I've never had a bored moment with him. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't even like to say that we're bored. We were not even bored with each other. We found something to do. If it ain't nothing but laugh and joke with each other. That's what we do. We have a good time. She said, I'm really right. Yeah, and everything is so beautiful. Everything is so beautiful. And I'm glad that she said, and he said, congratulations, and I'm proud of you, and God bless you and your husband. I always want to keep you both, and my prayers love you, and I'm really for that door. And he said, always love you, hope I'm glad to work for you. Good luck.
Of course you invited.
Yeah,
Of course
you invited.
Yes, please.
And I would say about Mr. Frank, now I'm going to say this.
Thank you, Hazel.
I'm going to say, let me say, I'm so proud of you, my daughter. And see, I've been knowing her since I was 14 years old. Now that woman right there, she'll see me on the street, she said, Jackie, what you doing out there? What you doing out there walking on the street? I'm talking little hot tail. 14 years old, watching part. She said, girl, get in this house. She used to cook. She'll cook for her son and whatever. She made sure I stayed out of trouble.
It's good.
She made sure I stayed out of trouble.
You know, it takes a village. It takes a village to build a nation.
Now, she was a drunk talker now.
It don't matter how it comes.
She was a drunk talker, but the thing about it is, she said, what you doing out here? Don't you need to be at home?
You know what, Angie? That is so true. But see, my family is full of jokesters. I'm a very reserved man. I really am. I don't bring certain sides out of me to everyone because I'm not for everyone. I'm a big energy person. If a person, when I meet people or I'm in the midst of people and all it takes is one, I could be in the midst of 8, 9, 10 people. All it takes is one to throw the vibe off and I move. Because I don't like negative of any kind. It doesn't make him a bad person. I'm not being judgmental. I'm talking about my personal spirit. The only one that I possess. If everything is not in one accord with my spirit, I move. Period. And when things are awry with me and her, I'm like, yo, what's going on? The vibe is no. We need to talk. And it could be this big. I mean, literally, it could be something this big. But if it's got the energy off, we're going to talk about that.
And see, you never know somebody's mental state at that time.
That's true.
So we keep in mind of each other's mental state. You know, I'm like, how you doing? When I ask him how you doing, I don't mean like, hey, how you doing? Like, some people say, hey, John, how you doing? No, I mean that with a purpose.
Yeah.
How are you doing? Well, I said, baby, you okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about up here.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes, you know, we can have things on our mind. And as a man, I understand y'all carry things internally.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to ask my baby, are you okay? Is there anything that I can do? Is there anything that I can do to make it better? Because if I can do it, I will do it. And that's when he said, are you going to play a song to him when you get married, Jessica?
No.
Yeah.
No. Not that she couldn't, but
My hands are free that day.
That's our day.
I'm off.
You know, I DJ, but I'm not DJing the reception.
I'm off Saturday.
Yeah, that's her day. I want her to be enraptured and stress-free and flourish to her fullest capability that day. I want her to enjoy that day. I really do. You know, I don't want her to do nothing but walk the aisle, say her vows, give me some sugar, and we party. That's it. She is off. She is not doing no outside work for anybody but me that day. That's it. Because she will be Mrs. Hannigan, and I am her protector. I'm her role manager. I'm her agent. You know what I mean? That day she will be off. So, no, and me as well. If I'm doing anything, it's for her. If she's doing anything, it's for me. That's it. You know? You know, that's it in a nutshell. And that was a great question, because we know people who are singers. They sing at their own wedding. No. We got a singer. We actually have a singer to do a song for us.
And we're gonna have like, if there's one or two songs, I'm not one of them. Right. I'm just gonna be standing there.
Right. You know, I may shed a tear, I may not. But this day, for me personally,
I'm crying.
Is about her. It's about her, because the most powerful word to me in our relationship for her is overcome. She has overcome so much since being with me, and what makes me happier is that she overcame for herself, not for me, but for herself. You know, it took some work, some time, some prayers, some tears, you know, some very big and tight hugs for her to overcome, and I take no credit. I've said it many times, I take no credit, because for a person to want help, to get help, they have to want it. And she stressed to me through the whole journey, I want to be better. I want to be better for you. And I always said, no, be better for you. Because if she wasn't good enough for me already in that present state, I wouldn't have been here. Be better for you. Let's recondition your mind. Let's recondition your thought process. Let's believe in yourself. These are gems that I try to place in her. Forget people's thoughts. Your job on the planet is not to impress them or to gain a knowledge of yourself from them. You know who you are. Enhance who you are. Don't worry about their opinions. And she has done that boldly, with immense strength, grace, and gratitude, and she's deserving of this day. And that day, grace will be strictly shown on her from our party. And that's what I am.
see. I was like this time.
Clara, it's like this. From the first conversation, I was hooked. First conversation. As I was getting to know her, she knocked walls down with me because men weren't supposed to cry. We are taught, to suck it up, be strong. But see, even as a man, we're made of two individuals, half male, half female. And I was never in tune with my feminine side. I was never in tune with that. Hearing her stories, her hardships, her being mistreated, her being downtrodden, her being talked about for the smallest of things. But her being such an emotional creature, she took everything in instead of protecting herself. It broke me. It broke me. And the strength that I have gained throughout my own hardships, that story was mine. That story was mine. She'll tell you, when I first saw her and we decided, I was like, God, you're me. Did I not say that? And my God, you me. And once that concept hit my mind, the one thing that I make clear to anybody, my full birth given name is Gene Allen Hennigan Jr. This guy, I love immensely. I love this guy here more than anything on this planet. This one. But if she's me, she's what's been missing. The hurts I endured is because she wasn't here. Now that she's here, I can mend. I can mend now. I can become that complete person that I've been trying to obtain and become all of my life. So if I'm loving myself, I'm going to love her harder because I missed her. I missed her forever. Not knowing she was my completion. I did not know she was my number 7. I did not know.
And he's number 8.
New beginning. I'm her new beginning.
Oh, so you know how they got that 6, 7? We got one 7, 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's my duty. It's my duty. It's my job. It's my mission to assure her those scars will be healed first and foremost. Those painful moments that she's endured.
Yeah. Hi. How you doing?
How you doing, Kia?
Yes. Good to see you.
Those moments she will never have to endure again.
Hey, Hannah.
Hey, Hannah, how you doing? I want her to know as she flies, there's nothing pointing at her to shoot her down. I want her to fly freely and gracefully because I'm going to protect her with everything that I am. And people have said already, what do you see in her? What you didn't.
Wow.
That's what it is.
Wow.
People have said to her, oh, you ain't his type. But do you know me well enough to know what type I am? Because I keep myself sheltered. There's so much mess going on out there. I'm not it. We are two creatures. We're not perfect. We are very imperfect, but we're perfect for each other. We are two creatures trying to serve God in a world that we're not really part of. We are creatures of the world, but we're not creatures in the world. So I'm taking my bird, my dove, this is my dove. I'm letting my dove soar. And when she decides to come in, she can come in. The world has been introduced to a completely different individual. A lot of people know Jessica from 20, 25, 24, 23, etc. All the way back to when she was the wildest of the wild. You don't know Jessica today. This is why when people try to tell me things, I quickly, I don't want to hear that. Because the person you're talking about, I don't know. I don't know the person you're talking about. All I know is from the person that came into my life on December 14th of last year to this day. I don't know the other person they're talking about. So I don't need to hear about that person. She already told me about that person. I really didn't like her. She didn't like her.
I didn't like who I was, so I changed it.
So, and there you go. She changed it. So I don't need information from outside sources trying to tell me about this person because I know her well. And I want her to continue to strive the best way. I want her to blossom. I want her to flourish. I want her to have the best of the best. And I'm going to pour into her till God takes my last breath. This is my queen. And all I want for her is her to be happy. She'll tell you, I look over her sometime and I know nothing's wrong. I say, smile. She's like, I'm okay, Daddy. I'm like, smile. Because I want her cheeks to be sore in happiness. I really do. I want her to maintain her happiness. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. I hurt when I think of her past. I do. Because I wish it was something I could have done. I wish I could have been there to show her something different. Because I love her that much. I wish I could have been there. But God said it wasn't my time. Just as she's telling me all the time the kind of man that I am. I haven't changed one bit. She's been married a few times, so have I. Every female that I've been with got the same treatment. They made choices that they didn't want to be. Cool. I accepted it because they weren't my perfect one. I found that out. The things that I have reaped in this relationship, I've never gotten from anybody else. Never. When you are a God-fearing man and you are after God's own heart and you have a spouse who never prays for you, God is telling you clearly, but being in our own physical selves, we don't listen. So I made a conscious decision. I just made a conscious decision when I got divorced last time. I'm not chasing no woman. I've done everything I could do with a woman. I took care of them. I took care of their kids. I married them. We did grown-up things. We traveled. We done all that. Okay, there's nothing else I need to do on the planet. It's me and you, God. It's me and you. And He knows the desires of my heart. Of course, I want a partner. I don't want to die alone. He knows the desires of my heart, but I didn't ask. I said, if that's your will, you'll make that happen. For her, it took 10 years. For me, it took 17 months. 17 months. See, she had to travel a path, just as I had to travel a path. For us to end up on the same road, we had to take that path. went through a whole lot in that time. Me, I went through some things. But God brought us to that same road. And said, now. Because if I was pursuing or searching, I'm observing visually. That's how we make all our decisions. Man is very visual. Oh, she's got this, she's got that. I like this about her, I like that. But most of it's visual. Not Jessica. Didn't happen that way. Met her spiritually. And as I told you earlier, we converse with God, you and me. And most importantly, this is in her spirit. And it's what I've been looking for all my life. So your friend, your daughter, your goddaughter is the most precious thing besides life and my children and grandchildren that God has ever given me. And I'm not letting it go. So we do thank you for the congratulations, because the right one has been long overdue, and I'm very, very honored to say that I love this woman. I'm thankful for her. She prays for me. She guards my spirit with her own things that people in the world don't think about and don't do. My head has been anointed. My hands has been anointed. My feet has been anointed by her. I've been prayed to. I've been prayed over by her. And I haven't gotten that from nobody. And it's what I pray for. What else can I do except roll with God? That's what I'm doing. So again, thank you all for the congratulations. And I thank God for you.
Most definitely thank God. We're going to ride this wave.
The wave is being ridden with a half a surfboard. We riding it together. A half a surfboard. Both of us on that little thing.
Yeah,
We ride.
We want to thank all you guys for tuning into Real Talk with Gene and Jessica. And this is our 18th episode. This is episode 18. And we thank you. Without you guys, it would not be Real Talk with Gene and Jessica, because Gene and Jessica still going to exist. But this podcast will not exist without y'all. So while y'all in practice, just go over to the Real Talk with Gene and Jessica page. That's Real Talk W/Gene, the @ sign, the and sign, Jessica. You'll see a picture of him. The background picture is me and him all huddled up.
Join the page. Share the page. Like the page.
Like the page.
We truly appreciate it.
And tell your friends about it.
Tell them about it. Tell them come check us out every now and then. Every Wednesday, every Sunday. We're going to expand the days as well, because people have been asking us to be on a little more. So we're going to expand the days. Haven't made our mind up yet, but we're going to expand the days. So from now, Wednesdays, Sundays, 7:30. If there's ever any changes due to life in itself, you will be notified before the podcast. So we truly and respectfully enjoy your company. Leave comments, share your stories, give us topics, all of that is welcome.
Post pictures.
Let us know who you are, and we would appreciate it immensely But we're pushing close to 3 hours.
Okay, good. Actually, longer than what we're doing.
It was a very good show. It was very informative. And if you missed anything, please go back and watch the replay. It's a lot of information on this particular podcast that you would enjoy. And on that note, I think me and the Queen are going to check out. Please check us out again Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Know that we love you, and we hope to see you then. You ready, sweet thing?
Oh yeah, you know.
We love y'all.